Hey guys, Conservative Video Dipper here. How's it going? I'm going to give you guys my top favorite dips. And they're all going to be long cut and wintergreen. Now you can try them in natty or straight if you wish, if they have them. But this is just my solid, humble opinion, okay? Now, before we get started, I do have to give the reminder that dip tobacco is not a safer alternative to cigarette, vape, or nicotine. And if you are not the age of 21, I do not recommend you doing any of these products. And on top of that, we are not endorsed or sponsored by any of these products. So with that being said, let's roll into it. Okay, first, let's take a breather here, because that was a long-winded disclaimer. Hope y'all got a lip in with me and you're dipping with me. As you can see, my favorite background's behind me. Of course, it always has to be. So, here are my few of my favorite dips. We'll go with the 3 favorites and the few that I dislike. So, number 3 would be Kodiak for my favorite. Why? Well, Kodiak, again, is the brother, sister, cousin, nephew, niece, whatever, to Grizzly. Kodiak is pretty good if you're going to want to get started into something like Grizzly with a little bit of a, not much of a punch, but there is a little bit of a punch there. Probably the newcomers, but to me, I didn't notice much. I felt like Grizzly kind of is better because I'll explain in a little bit here why, but there wasn't much desired for packability when it comes to Kodiak. I really wish that Kodiak's packability, paintability was better. The buzz I wish was a little bit better. The spitability was okay. There was a little bit left to be desired for on that, but number 2, Cougar. Cougar Long Cut Wintergreen. Now, again, Cougar is the brother, sister, relative to Grizzly. So, of course, when it comes to like Cougar, for me, I noticed it was exactly like Grizzly. Grizzly really does kind of wish to be like Cougar. The pinchability, which is absolutely chef kiss, beautiful. Packability, beautiful, chef kiss. The lasting time for Kodiak was kind of probably about the same as Grizzly, maybe a little bit less. But Cougar, however, was almost exactly as lasting in flavor time as Grizzly, which really does say a lot about Cougar. Cougar's pretty good. Another thing I do have to mention when it comes to Kodiak, which I did forget to mention, there are some stems in Kodiak, but in Cougar I didn't notice as much stems, which does actually make it really nice. It is really nice because my gums aren't going to get too beat up. It's not going to feel like there's something just really trying to gash and poke and prod into my gums. It had that everything that I think Grizzly and Kodiak would wish it to be, but it was there. And of course, it's number 1. You know it. We all know it. Grizzly Long Cut Wintergreen. I chew it daily because I love that stuff. Now, packability, again, could be more to be desired for. Pinchability, more to be desired for. When it comes to the flavor lasting time, about an hour to 2 hours, maybe almost to 3 if you really can make it stretch. But with Grizzly, it does give you that buzz. It's up in your face. It tells you exactly what's what. It just basically has that feeling as if you are feeling buzzed as hell. You can get a little bit Nick sick with if you do it too much. Of course, with any of these products, you can get Nick sick. But with Grizzly, it really does happen. A lot easier than you think it does. Spitability, it's not too bad. Oh. It takes it a little bit of time just to get it to spit that dark brown. But the other problem with Grizzly that I kind of noticed too is the stems. There is that stem situation. Once in a while, I do get stems. It's not very often that I do receive stems. I just always pick them out because that's just my habit of doing. I don't like dipping stems. Now, let's go to my least favorite. Number 3 to my dips that I would never dip again. I have to say it, and I'm sorry, Skull. Skull is just god awful. I don't know why, but, well, actually, I know why. One, doesn't buzz me. Pinchability sucks. Packability sucks. The flavor is good. It's okay if you're, like, for instance, doing maybe fruity flavors. You're going to notice it. But with, like, wintergreen, it just doesn't taste like anything like wintergreen. It's almost like I'm doing a natty / straight type dip with a wannabe wintergreen twist in. I wish it was better. I really do. I wish that Skull would do 10 times better, but you know how they are. It's what it is. The flavor, besides that, it's okay if you're, like I said, doing fruity, but it really doesn't buzz you. It doesn't last very long. It's great for beginners if you're gonna get into like trying to dip. There's better options out there, honestly, like Outlaw, that are way better if you want to start getting into dipping. But that's that. The second would be Copenhagen. Now, I know a lot of people are going to probably say, whoa, 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 hold on there, conservative. Why Copenhagen? Why are you pooping on Copenhagen? Don't get me wrong, Copenhagen Long Cut Wintergreen was one of my favorites. It was great. But to me, it just has gotten a little bit different lately. I don't know what they have done. It's not like it once used to be. It's more sweeter. The flavor to me didn't last as long. Didn't really give me a buzz. The pinchability, the packability, the lasting time, the spitability, it really wasn't there. There was a little bit more stems in it. Sometimes I've noticed more stems than not, which kind of make me grade it down to at least a C minus, but that's okay. But honestly, Copenhagen can do 10 times better, I think, with their dips. Most of their dips, like the Southern Sweet Tea or the Southern Blend, normally would be great. The first time I had it, it was fine. The second time I tried it, it was almost like I was doing a straight natty dip. It was just terrible. Now, coming into number 1, my dip that I would probably never do again, Longhorn. Yeah, any Longhorn. I don't care what flavor of Longhorn. I do not give a flying fart what kind of Longhorn you ask. meat dip, I will never touch that. That is of the devil himself. That is satanic. No, that is ungodly. Here's my reasoning. Longhorn smells like chemicals, and it just smells like dirty, poopy underwear. It smells bad. The chemical flavor in itself just makes me want to yak, and I'm almost trying not to yak thinking about it. It is terrible. It is absolutely grotesque. The pinchability, the packability, 0 out of 10. The flavor, 0 out of 10. The buzz, 0 out of 10. Just the way that it holds in your lip, 0 out of 10. I would never touch that shit, even if you paid me $1 million to do it again. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are gonna say, well, Longhorn's pretty good. I like Longhorn. Sure, you can like it, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to. Because, of course, it's not everyone's cup of tea. And for me, it's definitely not. I would not say yes to dipping that ever again if I had the option to. Sorry. Not sorry. Just honestly, there was really nothing that Longhorn had to offer. Sorry for you Longhorn fans, but no. The biggest thing was when I first tried Longhorn, I damn near wanted not only to puke, but not even dip it, because the way that Longhorn is and has been, which they were probably good at one point in time. They may have been good, but they could have done better. I don't know what happened, where they went wrong with this, but absolutely shit. The chemicals, smell, and flavor was just the biggest thing that was a turnoff to me. That's basically like trying to have sex and looking at your own turd. It's a turnoff. It's really not pleasant. There was no pleasure tree in even trying to dip it. The flavors, the wintergreen flavor itself really wasn't there. There was just nothing. Like, they could have tried to at least do a little bit better with the different flavors. I haven't tried Longhorn Peach or any of the other ones because honestly, I would never do it again. And I would never want to try it. And definitely for sure, I think Wintergreen Longhorn was the worst. Sadly, that was my worst experience. But when it comes to like Longhorn in general, you might as well just dip sawdust or bark dust or dirt at that point. There was no point in even trying to pinch it. It was hard to pinch. It was hard to keep together. That was the worst part, was me trying to pinch it and it would just it wouldn't even stay. It wasn't even worth me pinching. Hell, at that point, you might as well just throw the whole fucking can in your mouth and try to hope to at least keep it all together without gutting anything. But not just besides that point, but in itself, Longhorn really never has been a great dip for me. I'm not a Longhorn guy, never have been. I could probably try it again, maybe just to see if Longhorn would redeem themselves. But I feel like Longhorn really has no chance in redeeming themselves. I didn't even get a buzz out of it, which normally That's the biggest reason for me dipping, is getting the buzz. There was nothing there for me. So, 0 out of 10 from Longhorn. But anyway, hope y'all liked it. As always, I will see you guys next time. Bye.